Good morning, folks. As usual, a little flustered there with 5 seconds to go before airtime, and all of a sudden my entire computer system has decided that I'm supposed to be logged out of everything. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just logged out of Facebook. I'm logged out of this, logged out of that, logged out of that. So because of that, I can't start anything, and I've got like 2 minutes to go before airtime. I don't understand why companies like Samsung, companies like Google, companies like Facebook, all of these companies feel the need to continuously and relentlessly, without your permission or knowledge, stick their penis into your machine and do whatever they want to it at all times. There's no reason for me to be signed out of Facebook. There's no reason for you to be signed out of Facebook unless you sign yourself out of Facebook. The stuff is annoying, folks. Do you know that you don't own your phone? You don't. If you own a Samsung phone, Samsung can at any point go in and change all your settings. They have the right to do that. You don't own it. You don't own shit in this world anymore, folks. Wow, I started this show off pretty rough, and I apologize for that. But damn it, every day I get more and more irritated and angry at the handful of people that are forcing their opinions and their way of life down the throat of everybody else who has lived to this point in harmony. I do not understand why the handful of people with rashes on their asses feel the need to tell everybody that they have to live the sanitized, family-friendly life that they approve in their own mind. And this is just an example. Why am I signed out of Facebook? Because Facebook decided that it's probably better that I'm signed out. Why did you decide that, Facebook? Why did you decide that? I like to stay signed in. Especially since you continuously forget my password and make me change it anyway. Because like you forgot your password, didn't you? No, I know my password. You're not accepting it and you're making me change it. I know what my password is. I write it down. I know what my password is. So when it doesn't work, it's because Facebook has changed it. Not me. Fact check that, mother effers. Anyway, folks, we're going to start things off the way we are supposed to start things off. Not the way that I just did. With a bit of a history lesson on the attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
March 15th, 44 BC. The Ides of March in ancient Rome. That's when dictator Julius Caesar is assassinated by a group of nobles that includes Brutus and Cassius. 1965, in Washington, President Lyndon Johnson urges Congress to pass an effective voting rights bill. He adopts the anthem of the civil rights movement when he tells lawmakers,
"And we shall overcome."
Months later, Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act into law, enabling blacks in the South to exercise their right to vote. 2005, in New York, former WorldCom chief Bernard Ebbers is convicted of engineering the largest corporate fraud in U.S. history. He's later sentenced to 25 years behind bars. 1964.
I said, get over there and answer that door.
All right. Whatever that was.
Actress Elizabeth Taylor marries actor Richard Burton in Montreal, Canada. The tumultuous pair stay together for more than a decade. And 1956.
I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night.
In New York, the musical My Fair Lady, starring Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews, opens on Broadway. Today in history, March 15th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
Wow, folks, I'm having a rough morning here already. I'm sitting here broadcasting on the radio station. I'm broadcasting on all 3 video sources. Yet for some reason, Facebook, the one that's giving me all the problems this morning, says, connecting, 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 connecting. Why are you connecting and not actually connecting? So I had to shut it off and start it again. Once again, Facebook, how many billions of dollars do you make? And why is your system so entirely flawed? I don't understand. I don't understand why Amazon's systems are so entirely flawed. You made $60 billion in 3 months by forcing all the small businesses to close and shutting down all other forms of purchasing online so that you could force all that money into your own pockets. But you still can't use any of that money to improve your system or to make it work better. No, you don't. I just wish these people that make billions of dollars, that have billions of dollars in their pockets, that are clearly worthless human beings, with the exception of they got all this money. Since you got all this money, retire. Just retire, okay? Stop tweaking things. Stop putting your fingers in stuff, okay? You're done. You've made your $1 billion. Go sit on an island, drink Mai Tais, and be happy with yourself. No, you're not happy with that. The next $1 billion ain't going to make a difference to you because you're never going to get through the first $1 billion. So what are you still working for? For the enjoyment that you get irritating other people. The enjoyment you get pulling the strings and playing with other people's lives. That's I guess why. You know, that's the only reason why George Soros should be involved in anything other than drinking Mai Tais sitting on a beach. You have more money than you can ever spend. You'll never, ever get to the bottom of your bank account. Ever in life. It'll never happen. So the only reason why you stay involved in anything is because you feel the need to be the puppet master. You feel the need to affect other people's lives. That's crap, folks. And people who think that way are crap. People who do that are crap. People who sign an entire giant stack of executive orders like a dictator is crap. And I don't care if I just lost a listener over that. I'm sorry. But I've said this on Facebook a million times, and I'm going to say it right now out loud. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Always has and always will. Now, that sounds, in theory, good. It sounds like a good theory, right? Something's wrong. You say, hey, something's wrong. So it gets the attention it needs and it gets fixed. That's the theory, but that's not how it works. That's no longer how it works. Whatever makes the noise gets the attention, no matter how much attention it needs, no matter if anybody else is making noise about it, it doesn't matter. So here's my analogy that I put on Facebook the other day. 2,000 people go into a sandwich shop every day and they order the same sandwich, and they all go home eating that sandwich, loving that sandwich, and planning to come back the next day and order another sandwich. However, 5 people out of those 2,000 people come up to the manager and be like, you know, I have a heart condition. I don't like salt. There should be no salt on this sandwich at all. I'm offended by the fact that you put salt on it because people who have heart conditions can't eat that salt. Or another person came up, you know, I don't really like Swiss cheese. You need to put, American cheese on the sandwich. Can't put Swiss on it. I don't like Swiss. It offends me. It's gross. So then, now that the managers had to sit there and listen to 5 people come up and complain about their sandwiches, even though 1,995 people ate the sandwiches, enjoyed it, and went home, watched cartoons, and planned to come back and order another sandwich. Now when they show up to order their sandwich, it has no salt on it, and it now has American cheese instead of the Swiss that they liked. They loved the salty Swiss. They loved all of that yesterday. But now they are all forced to eat a sandwich that is lesser or less liked by them because of a handful of people that forced their change and their opinion on everybody else who was happy with the way it was. Now, why does this happen? Because the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Whoever speaks up and says something gets the attention. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you, if you all do not start standing up and squeaking, you will not get any of the oil, and you will be left to rust. And once we all rust, and there's only 5 oiled wheels, and all the other wheels are rusted, the entire machine will fail. And it will fail for us and for the squeaky wheels that got the oil. But they'll be happy until the failure, I guess. It's all ridiculous, folks. It's ridiculous. We got to stop catering to a handful of people and forcing their opinions on millions. It's obscene. It's ridiculous. What if 51% of the people that live on your street all decided that your house should belong to somebody who lives on another street and you shouldn't live on that street? And the majority rules. That's the other side of the coin, right? That's what you're thinking right now. Well, Keith, what you're saying is that, if the majority wants it, then that's what's going to happen, right? No, that's when the Constitution comes in place. The Constitution was there to protect you from that kind of thing. So if you are protected by the Constitution, then you don't have to worry about the handful or the majority. But once again, if you do not tell somebody that you are happy, you will get thrown into the same pile with all the unhappy people who said they were unhappy. How many times have you heard, all those drivers do this? Why would you say all those drivers do this? Because 1 or 2 did it? Because you witnessed 1 or 2 drivers do something bad. You now say all the drivers do that. Even though all day long you witness drivers doing good things. All day. All day long, using their turn signals, stopping at stop signs, letting old ladies cross the street in front of them, slowing down because of a squirrel. All these good drivers doing great things, and all of this stuff goes on unrecognized and unnoticed. And then as soon as a person does something out of the ordinary, you're like, oh my God, these drivers suck out here. Again, a handful of people is now everybody. Nobody takes anything in proportion anymore. Nobody uses their brain to think anymore. Whatever's happening right in front of them at that moment and that second is what is across the board. There's no more middle ground. Music for the Vajir holes. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood when I come back because we got just a few questions on the way. We've got the brand spanking new episode of Just a Few Questions from yesterday, where D-Unit and Sir Martin of Mad were on the hook for this one, where I had them pull up to a stop sign and had a Joe Dirt reject fixing potholes in the street in front of them and the craziness that went through their minds. So that's all on the way. But first, right now, some music for your Vajir holes. North of Never and Funeral Pyre on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
So I can
Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com. You have been beamed aboard and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
Alrighty, folks, this is normally where the punchlines would go, but I wrestled with technology all morning, so I don't have any. But that's okay, because there's plenty of things that we can be talking about. Folks, I did a little post on Facebook this morning. This is this is a little funny thing that I posted. Okay, let me know if you think it's funny. A couple people commented on it saying that they thought it was funny. It says, she said, "Take me out to eat somewhere expensive." So I set up a romantic candlelit table for two next to the gas pump at the Shell station down the street. Thanks a lot, Joe! What do you think? That's definitely an expensive place anymore. The gas station, folks. Boy, you know, I really liked, over the course of the last X number of years, watching the price drop on gas. Even though I primarily have an electric car anyway, but it does have a gas backup on it, which I do use occasionally. And in the amount of time that I watched it come down, it has gone up so much faster than it came down. But I guess that's what happens when you tell people they're not allowed to make the very thing that we have to put in the pump. That you're not allowed to transport it efficiently or safely or cleanly. Yeah, so that's the punchline. The punchline is, how do you stop dirty oil from going through a pipe that affects nothing and getting someplace? Well, what you do is you dump it into the back of thousands of trucks and train cars, and add a whole bunch of train cars and a whole bunch of extra trucks, and drive them all day long back and forth, spewing their pollution all over into the air everywhere, just to move the very same product that would have gone through the clean tube and got there without any of that. Without any of that. But, you know, nobody thinks that way. Nobody thinks that way. And that way means, you know, logically. Nobody thinks logically. They're like, oh my God, that could seep into the ground. Well, they have plans for that too. They were going to put the pipe there. They're going to put a tunnel around it, so there would be like several layers of redundancy to keep it. But here's the thing, though. When Cletus starts up his semi-truck, his diesel-powered semi-truck, and hooks up to the big tanker that he has to pull of oil all the way across the country now, it's not a maybe situation. It's a fact that all of that pollution is going to go up into the air. That's a fact. And now that you've added trucks, you're going to add pollution. So your clean solution has made things far worse. But again, nobody can talk to you. Nobody can tell you that. I don't understand. I hope you're getting paid a lot. I really do. I hope you're getting paid a lot to ignore facts and truth. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So yes, folks, that has been the punchlines. As not funny as it is. We're broadcasting to you live currently on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, and the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and in syndication and replay around the world on 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, the IRN Internet Radio Network, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. If you're an internet radio station and you're interested in picking up the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space or inside the mothership, by all means, send a message on over to programming at alienxradio.com. That's programming at alienxradio.com. So, folks, also, bands. I've been getting some submissions lately, and bands, I would really like you. I'm talking to you. If you're the singer, if you're the bass player, if you're the guitar player, I'm talking to you in the band. Do something to promote your band. Stop letting these I don't know what you call them. There's these little promotion companies. All they do is send out an email with a link. Okay? And quite frankly, they've got thousands and thousands and thousands of bands, and 5 of them are good. So it's really difficult for us to dig through all of these lazy bands that just send their stuff to this guy and let them do all the emailing. When you're a good band and you do that, now you're buried with all the crap bands. So if you're a good band and you want to be heard, then step up. Well, don't step up. Sit down in front of your computer, open up your email, and create an email. Send it to newmusic@alienxradio.com. That's newmusic@alienxradio.com. And attach an MP3 of your song. Now, the format of that MP3 should be the band name followed by the song title. Not one or the other, but both. That way I can tell everybody the name of your band so that they can then find you on social media, find your website, find your records in the store, or whatever. So eliminate who, I don't know what you're paying this guy that just sends out emails. Okay, he's burying you. Really, he's burying you. You are like flavor in a White Claw, okay? You're not there. You're just not there. So send it on over to me. Now, the reason why I say this is because I'm getting 9 out of 10 of these submissions are coming from these kind of places, and 8 out of those submissions are getting deleted because they're bad. They're just not good. I don't think any of these, they listen to your music at all. You send it to them and they just attach it to their email and send it out. And they just send it out. Or they don't know where they're sending it. So maybe you're a really good country artist, and then they're sending it to a heavy metal station. That's a waste of time. They're not going to play your music. They're a heavy metal station. They're not going to play your country song. If this person knew anything about promotions, they would have checked out the station before they sent your track over there. Now you have more time on your hand, right? You're one band. You're not representing 500 bands. So you can go out and look at these different internet radio stations, and if that's a station you would listen to, chances are that's a station your music could go on. Contact the program director directly. It's not rude. It's not obnoxious. They're not going to be upset by that. They're not a snowflake getting mad because their phone rang and it's a robocall. No, I still answer it. Why? Because it might be the hospital. I don't know. Just saying. You guys got to stop ignoring emails and stop ignoring phone calls because you're afraid it might be spam. Deal with it. Deal with it. Anyway, we got to take a short break. A pause in the action for a station identification. And, of course, our buddy The Prospect will bring you this week's sports update. Why will The Prospect bring you this? Because I am grossly underqualified to talk about sports. I know very little about sports, guys. So, anyway, that's what he's going to do. And we'll be back with more of The Attack right after this.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with The Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. I mentioned last week how the men's NCAA tournament is unpredictable due to teams bowing out because of positive COVID tests. Now Duke is one of those teams, but their journey is not over. After it was reported that the team withdrew from the tourney, the NCAA has announced that the ACC team still can join as an at-large or a COVID replacement, a source told ESPN. This keeps Mike Krzyzewski's streak of 24 straight tournament appearances alive. NCAA Senior Vice President at first said a team needs 7 consecutive negative tests to play, but now says that it only requires 5 healthy players. same can't be said for Kansas, who withdrew from their Big 12 tournament after testing positive for the virus. They were set to face Texas in the semifinals, and as a result, the Longhorns will automatically advance to the finals to face Oklahoma State. This is not a good time for the university, as I reported last week that the school's football program was wrapped in controversy after their former coach Les Miles had an incident involving female students while at LSU in 2013. We know that the quarterback carousel in the NFL is something to behold during the offseason, wondering where your favorite one is going when the curtains go up. Well, there's 3 of them that's staying put at least for a year. The Chiefs are restructuring Patrick Mahomes' contract to free up cap space. The 2 already agreed on July on a 10-year contract extension, securing him until at least 2031. The restructuring is expected to free up at least $17 million in space, which is probably going to be used to sign more players after cutting some starting offensive linemen. The Patriots are keeping Cam Newton in Foxborough for a 1-year deal worth $13.6 million, with $6 million of it in incentives. The former Carolina Panther posted on Instagram celebrating his deal with the caption, quote, "Run it back, chapter 2, end quote." Let's just hope he does better than chapter 1, where his lackluster performance gave the AFC North team their first missed postseason in decades. And Tom Brady is staying in Florida for a little while longer, as he and the Buccaneers agreed to an extension of at least 1 year with a maximum of 4 that frees up $19 million in cap space for the team. This is after tight end Rob Gronkowski announced that he is coming back for another season after the team won their 2nd Super Bowl in franchise history. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect saying until next time, Prospect out.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919.
Here we go!
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
It's time to answer just a few questions.
That's right, everybody. It is time now to answer just a few questions. And here, let me move the camera over here so you can see him squirm. Look at it. Looks almost like stretching. But he's squirming because he's worried about having to answer just a few questions.
Not worried.
If anybody else would like to answer just a few questions, it's real easy. Just give us a call, 313-444-8919. Again, the number is 313-444-8919. Give us a call and you can answer just a few questions as well. Are you ready, sir?
Bring it on, Cupcake.
All right, so it is time to answer just a few questions.
Question number one.
Question number one.
Question number one. All right, so. Well, it's St. Patty's Day, don't you know?
Don't you know?
This is the day that millions of people go out and celebrate a holiday they know absolutely nothing about.
Absolutely nothing about.
Contrary to popular belief, it is not about drinking.
Nonsense.
I also hear people talking about the luck of the Irish. So, you are determined to get lucky this St. Patrick's Day.
Giggity.
What tools would you employ to make this happen?
Oh, this is going to be easy.
A 4-leaf clover, a pitcher of green beer, and a pint of Irish whiskey.
Okay.
B, a rabbit's foot, a pot of Irish stew, and a bottle of roofies. C, a horseshoe, a green leisure suit, and an autographed picture of Kathy Ireland. Or D, a corned beef sandwich, a bottle of the all-new Shamrock Shake flavored Igor's Lube, and a Leprechaun's golden cock ring. And go. Don't forget, wild card answers are in place.
So this is what I need to have a good time on St. Patrick's Day?
It's to ensure that you are going to get lucky.
To get lucky?
Yes. So you got a 4-leaf clover, pitcher of green beer, and a pint of Irish whiskey. A rabbit's foot, a pot of Irish stew, and a bottle of roofies. A horseshoe, a green leisure suit, and an autographed picture of Kathy Ireland. Or a corned beef sandwich, bottle of the all-new Shamrock Shake flavored Igor's Lube, and a Leprechaun's golden cock ring.
Something tells me that A is the best answer, would be the most reasonable one. However, and B's definitely out of the question. Okay, we don't need roofies.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
that's the Bill Cosby answer.
Right, exactly.
That's what you tell me. I'm going to have to go with letter B.
Kathy Ireland, though, man. I don't know the autograph picture of Kathy Ireland. She's one of the childhood faves. But I'm going with D.
You're going to go with D. A corned beef sandwich, a bottle of the all-new Shamrock, I keep wanting to say shaver flavored. Shamrock Shake flavored Igor's Lube, and a Leprechaun's golden cock ring.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with Igor's Lube.
Can't go wrong with it.
The wild card answer that you did not choose. Stay home and masturbate to U2's greatest hits as played on bagpipes.
That's very creative.
And your bonus question is...
With or without you on bagpipes, that would be some funny
Your bonus question is, how delicious are Lucky Charms?
They're magically delicious.
Very good, very good, very good.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, very good. All right, so that is question number one.
Question number one,
Question number two.
Question number two.
Question number two. So, now you are pretty liquored up from green beer and whiskey. You're pretty gassed up from corned beef and cabbage.
Ugh.
And you have had sex with what you hope was a woman with a fake orange beard. Now, you and a few others have become convinced that a leprechaun is in the area and you must capture him to steal his gold. You must do this correctly, as you won't get another chance until next year. So, you need a plan. Now, this is kind of weird because you're going to answer all of these.
Oh, shit.
A,
Shoot.
You need 4 hunting companions. Who do you want to bring with you on the hunt and why? You're hunting leprechauns. Who are you bringing with you? Anybody.
Well, I'm just going to go with the band guys, obviously. Because,
So Creeping Chaos is going leprechaun hunting.
Creeping Chaos plus you.
Plus me.
Plus you.
Okay, so it's you. There's going to be you and 4 other people.
Yep.
Okay.
So Rob, Donnie, Dave, and you.
All right, so we're going leprechaun hunting.
Yep.
All right. B, what do you use for bait? Beer, gold, or a dildo that still smells like Kathy Ireland's vagina?
Oh, I'm going to keep that. So we're going with gold for 1,000.
Gold. All right. Okay, so we're going to go with gold. All right. C, choose one member of your hunting party to dress up like a girl leprechaun hooker strung out on Lucky Charms and marshmallows.
Donnie.
Donnie!
Donnie all the way.
He'll be with you from 12 to 2. Alien X Radio! All right. Nice. Very nice.
Oh, I snorted.
All right, so D, who in your hunting party will drink all the beer? Who will eat all of the corned beef? Who will eat all the Lucky Charms? And who will lose focus and just try to doink the waitress?
Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm going to go with Rob to drink the beer.
Rob's drinking the beer.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you to eat the corned beef.
All right, I'll eat the corned beef.
And what's the...
the Lucky Charms. Who's eating the Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms will be Donnie.
Donnie's eating the Lucky Charms.
And, because I can use him again, right? Because it's a different thing.
Yeah.
And then...
who's going to lose focus and just try to doink the waitress?
Dave. Dave's going to lose focus right away anyway.
Right. Gotcha. He's over there humping her leg already.
He was doing it before we even got the green beer.
Wild card answer you did not choose.
Yes!
Put an ad in the paper. Bagpipe player wanted for Irish alternative rock band. Must be shorter than 4 feet tall. Have a beard. Dress in green. And bring a pot of gold to every practice. You know, for luck.
Right.
All right, so your bonus question. Lucky Charms have pink hearts, yellow moons, orange stars, green clovers, blue diamonds, and red balloons. What color are the horseshoes, and do they stay crispy in Igor's lube?
They are and purple horseshoes.
They're purple, that is correct. They're purple.
Because I remember that commercial as a kid when they first came out.
Certainly.
Because the leprechaun got booted in the butt by a horse. And that's why I got the idea for the horse.
Yeah, yep. Gotcha.
And I wouldn't know because I don't use Igor's lube for milk in the cereal.
There are 2 answers. One is they cancel each other out because they're both made of petroleum. And the other answer is nothing goes limp with Igor's lube.
That's true, too.
It's moving right along.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Okay. Now you and your party are quite hammered. You have abandoned hunting for trapping because you can sit down. You have constructed a leprechaun trap out of rope, a ceiling fan, and a laundry hamper. As you and your friends down another shot of Bushmills, the Christmas bells you had attached to the hamper begin to ring. The trap has been sprung, and clearly something is in it. You all cheer and pat yourselves on the back, declaring victory. You have your leprechaun and will now be rich. You all surround the hamper and lift it up to reveal your catch. It's not a leprechaun. So who did you catch? A, Danny DeVito. Somehow your bar crawl took you to Patty's Pub on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. B, one of your party has masturbated and fallen asleep with the Kathy Ireland swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated and forgot that it was what was chosen as the leprechaun bait. C, and you have to say who, which one of the members.
I already know who it would be.
C, an angry Scottish midget that kicks you in the shins, lifts up his kilt, bends over, and gives you the full fruit bowl. Or D, your wife who is not amused.
Oh.
And go.
I'm going to still hear the bonus, the wild card answer on this, right?
You always hear it, yeah. Okay, you can choose it, you're going to hear it.
I am going to go with B.
You're going to go with B. Okay.
I'm going to choose the person that gets busted with the Kathy Ireland poster.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Donnie.
Donnie again.
Picking on Donnie Day.
Where's he going to be? From 12 to 2, he'll be with you.
Alien X Radio.
Radio! All right.
And I know he's listening. I'm probably going to start getting some texts and some stuff.
He's like, what's up, man? What the hell? I thought we were friends.
Yeah, dude. Right?
So, wild card answer that you did not choose. Monty Hall. On a donkey telling you that you should have chosen what was behind door number 2. Your bonus question. Have you ever gotten pinched for not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day? And have you ever gotten laid while wearing green on St. Patrick's Day?
No and yes.
No and yes. Now it's time for the lightning round. Thinking of St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, hit me.
Are you ready?
Bring it.
Irish stew or corned beef and cabbage?
I don't like cabbage either way, so I'm going to go as the stew, though.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Green beer or Irish whiskey?
Irish whiskey.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
You're thinking about being Irish. I'm thinking about St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, all right.
Bagpipes or stabbed in the ear with a fork?
Stabbed in the ear with a fork?
Yes, sir! A midget's belly button lint or Lucky Charms marshmallows?
Midget's belly button lint.
Again, made from the same compounds. Furry caterpillars or Kathy Ireland's eyebrows?
They're the same thing, aren't they?
Pretty much.
I'm going Kathy Ireland's eyebrows.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I'm kidding, by the way. That was lightning. Rainbows or light reflecting on moisture in the atmosphere?
Rainbows?
That's right, because it's too much to say all the other stuff. Gold coins or bitcoins?
Oh, gold coin.
Correct, Mundo. Here's a math question. 6 Leprechaun movies or 7 Leprechaun movies?
Oh, shiest. You know, if they did 6, they had to have done 7, so I'm going to say 7.
Correct. What actress was in the first one?
Was it Kathy Ireland?
No. But it was Jennifer Aniston.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
The leprechaun has been to space or has not been to space?
I'm going to say has not been to space.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
There is a leprechaun. Part 4, he goes to outer space.
Was he trying to keep up with Jason for crying out loud?
Yep, I guess so. And finally, St. Patrick. Oh, this is the real answer. St. Patrick converted the Irish to Christianity or invented beer?
The first one.
That's correct, Mundo. All right, everybody. I do want to thank you all for joining us this week.
Oh, it's been so much fun.
That has been Just a Few Questions. Yes, that is a twisted little segment that we do on Inside the Mothership called Just a Few Questions. We do one every week. Every week that I do a show, I guess. You know? We do skip them here and there when we don't do a show. Okay. I have been... let me just give you a little idea here of my random laziness. My inability to focus. I have in my life written 4 scripts for movies. 4. I have personally produced 3 movies of those scripts. I attempted to make the 4th movie, but I was presented with some challenges, filming outside in the wind with those crazy noisy bugs and all that. It messed with everything. So I had a lot of trouble. I stopped doing that movie shortly after I started filming. I canceled it. Switched gears, did something else. So, a couple years ago, I decided, you know what? I'm going to translate that script, since it's a completed story and everything. I'm going to translate it into a book. Obviously, the way a script is written is completely different than the way a book is written. So it has to be rewritten using the script as just an outline. Over the course of the last 2 years, I have written 1.5 chapters of that book. 1.5 chapters of that book. But I have written hundreds of episodes of just a few questions. Maybe what I need to do is change my book into a podcast, where every week I have to produce a page of the book and turn it into something to do on the show. That way I have like a deadline and something that's got to be done. The Chapters Podcast. I don't know. Or I could just not be lazy and sit down and actually try to, sit there and write the book. I guess I could do that too. Folks, we are just about out of time for the first hour of the broadcast. We got 2 more hours coming up. We got more skits. We got, I'll throw in some bad movie flashbacks. The next 2 hours aren't going to be as much of me ranting. Okay? The farther I get away from the event, the less likely I am to climb a bell tower. Okay? And the event happened right before the show started. And everything, as far as I can tell, has been repaired and is functioning correctly. No thanks to Bill Gates. No thanks to Google. No thanks to all of these people that get in my way on a daily basis. That's right, guys. You just keep setting up the crap in front of me, and I keep dodging it, jumping over it, going around it, because Bruce Lee told me to be like water. People can't follow me this morning. They're like, dude, what is wrong with you today? We usually follow your show, man, but you were just jumping all over the Bruce Lee philosophies and just all over the place. Come on. All right, I understand. I'm going to play some music right now, which will take us on up to the break. And then we will come back with hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space. Let's go to the top tracks, and we're going to give you a little something from the Arcades Project, and welcome to the Arcades.
Technology is taking control.
I know it was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
It's starting to get warm outside. Pretty soon my balls are going to stick to my leg. I got to get me some freedom.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love. Igor's lube? Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Morning, bud. Hey, how you doing? You got that hot date with Sue tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't be doing any of this.
What, scratching my head?
Yeah, you don't want to know you got that dandruff.
I don't have dandruff. Get out of here.
Yeah, you do. Go on, scratch your head.
What? Oh, man, look at these embarrassing flakes.
Yeah, see, I told you. Go and shake your head.
Like this?
No, harder.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
there's so many.
Okay, here, let's get them off the table here. Put them in this bowl.
What do I do?
Why don't you try some of this?
Milk?
Uh-huh.
Will that get rid of my dandruff?
No, but it sure tastes good.
No.
Yeah.
Let me try that. Hey, these are good.
Head Flakes, new from Kellogg's. A nutritious part of this balanced breakfast. And because they're made of dry flesh, they stay crunchy, even in milk.
Hey, slow down. Save some for me.
Head Flakes from Kellogg's. Ask your doctor.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vajir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
All righty, good morning, everybody. It's hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am your host, Alien Stone. Hey, I got to tell you, I got a phone call just a few minutes ago. I have a company that's coming into my house to give me estimates on redoing my bathroom, and another company that's coming in to give me estimates on redoing my kitchen. One of them is scheduled to come in later on today after the show. That's for the bathroom. Then another one is scheduled to come in the following Monday after the show for the kitchen. Yesterday, the people called from the bathroom people and said, hey, we're going to be there tomorrow. It's like, cool. That's what I expected, right? I'll give you the rest of what they told me in a second. Now, the phone just rang a little minute ago during the commercial break, and it was the other company for the kitchen, okay? Now, this is one thing that customer service has developed lately that you need to undevelop quickly. You really need to undevelop this quickly. That is this... Remember I said the squeaky wheel, okay? There's like 3 people out there that need you to lead them by the hand and spell out every little thing that you're saying and every little thing that you're doing and reiterate 3 different ways of saying everything slowly and articulately. See, I didn't say that right because I'm trying to do it overdoing it. And that's what happens. So, the gist of this conversation was, hey, we can't make it that Monday. You want to reschedule? How long did it take me to say that? It took her both commercials and into the next commercial before I even understood what she was trying to talk to me about. Why, hello, Mr. Da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da. We realize that you have an appointment for this, and we're going to come out to do this and this and this and this and this, but here's the situation. My boss asked me to get to the point. The rest of us want you to get to the point. The 2 or 3 people out there that don't understand what you're talking about aren't going to figure it out anyway, even if you lead them by the hand. Yes, they're that thick-headed. So stop taking the rest of us on this long journey to get to a short distance. Just tell us what you need to tell us. Get on. Customer service has got to stop doing that. We understand that you have many... Shut up. Just get to the point. Anyway, what their point was is that they can't make it on the day that I want. So they wanted to schedule it for the day after that, even though I told them I'm only available on those days, Mondays. That's it. So they didn't listen to me then either. They didn't write it down, obviously. So then she goes into this big thing about rescheduling for another Monday coming up. Like in a month from now. Like I'm going to wait for their company for a month when I know I can get another company in here before that. You know what I mean? So finally I tell her, look, I'm doing a live broadcast. I'm in a commercial break. I got to get back on the air. I don't have time to sit here and reschedule something I scheduled a week ago with you guys. Because you are blaming everything, get this, on COVID. Once again, man, not only is COVID the big elephant in the room everywhere you go, it is now the scapegoat for every shortcoming. Oh, we're behind. We're just so far behind because of COVID. We're just so far behind because of COVID. We're so far behind because of COVID. No, you're so far behind because of the reaction to COVID. To policies put in place because of COVID. If none of that had happened, my kitchen would be done already. That's all I'm saying. All of this virtual stuff that you guys did for 8, 9, 10 months that was supposed to be all easy. Yeah, that's why you're behind now. It's kind of hard to really get a feel of what you're going to do in my kitchen showing me pictures on Zoom. Okay? No. You need to come here and we need to work this out. You need to measure stuff. Then they're like, well, we need you to do this and this and this and this to prepare and measure. No, that's what you're supposed to do. So since you have moved all of the prep and the measuring and all that stuff over into my category, are you going to lower your price now that you are no longer doing that part of your job? No. No change in the price. No change in the price. I got a gray face now. I'm not swinging hammers. I'm not carrying lumber. Okay, that's why I contacted a company. You're going to do this work, and I'm going to pay you to do it because that's why you got into business. You got into business because you wanted to do construction, and you knew people were going to have you do the construction, and they would pay you to do it. I'm not going to do anything except for open the door and say, good afternoon. There's the bathroom. That's it. I'm going to sit on the couch and have coffee until you're done. I'm just saying, man. Gray face. I'm done lifting lumber. I'm done swinging hammers. I'm all done with that. Unless it's something custom, Like my studio, when I rebuild my studio, obviously I have to do that. Nobody knows what I need custom done. But I'm not installing a new shower and putting in tile. That sucks. If you've ever done tile, it sucks. Cut some tile. Cut some ceramic tile. Go ahead. Yeah, you could do it. It sucks, but you can do it. You'll probably break a couple. Why? Because you just want to cut it. No, you got to be slow and careful and water-cooled saw and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to do all that stuff. Okay? I don't want to do all that stuff. So, if you are in customer service, get to the point. If you schedule an appointment, keep it. And don't blame it on the super flu weaponized. The super flu media weaponized. Okay? Don't do that. Anyway, we are going to get some music into your Vajir holes right now. We are still, a couple of hours away from lunch over here in the States. Of course, or in the UK. There, I know Matt Martin, he's already had his tea and crumpets this morning. He's probably on to his second tea time. By the time we sign off, he'll be on to dinner with more tea. And then he'll be on to beer. I'm sure then he'll start drinking some beer at that point. We'll just go to some music for the Vajir holes right now. Anyway, like I said, we are very close to lunch, but here's Food by 23EXP.
Man, I'm hungry.
Of a man of hunger pains.
sit down.
Frankly, this radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
Please, one at a time.
Tick-tock goes the clock in the evening, my hand closed off. Following the articles to the easy work where the soil's still soft. Apple pie order, right back in the case when I'm done, tucked in neat. Waste not one night, I can find the use for whatever's left that I don't
844-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
And folks, it is time for the punchlines. And brought to you by the people. Well, not brought to you by the people, but brought to you in response to the people who brought you COVID ass testing. That's right. The Communist people of China now has brought to you the need for Igor's brand spanking new ass testing sticks. That's right. Igor's brand spanking new ass testing sticks are, in fact, what is the word I'm looking for, man? I hate when I blank on a word. Calibrated. That's the word I was looking for. I was going to say collaborated. That's not the word. They were calibrated for COVID-19, gonorrhea, glaucoma, and male pattern baldness. Some of them come featuring the brand new Easy Glide applicator system, and some of them are actually the collector's edition molded replicas of Igor's finger itself. Also, don't forget to contact Alien X Radio. Every other week, we will send you, upon your approval, your latest piece. Piece of what? Igor's bobblehead chess set. That's right. We'll send you one piece every other week upon your approval. You may not want all the pawns. You could just use bottle caps and save some money. But that's right. Igor's bobblehead chess set, brought to you by Alien X Radio. And now, the punchlines. Folks, we always hear about burglars leaving evidence behind at the scene of a crime. They might drop their license, for instance, which has happened. They've left their whole wallet behind, which has happened. They've gotten their picture taken. They've been on video. Well, a 9-year-old case has been cracked. Right down the center, folks. Because of a half-eaten sausage. Sausage, folks! Half-eaten sausage. German police say that they have solved a 9-year-old burglary with DNA that was found in a half-eaten piece of sausage. It matched the man detained in France over an unrelated crime. So he was detained for some other reason, but they had his DNA on file. Now they've DNA tested this sausage. Found the sausage eater and the crime committer. Police in the western town of Schmelm, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong because I say everything wrong that isn't bad English, said Thursday that the sausage belonged to the victim, and the suspect, a 30-year-old Albanian citizen, apparently helped himself to a bite of it during the March 2012 break-in. So the guy broke into the house successfully. Probably stole a number of items successfully. On his way out, decided he was hungry and takes a bite of a sausage, leaving the remainder of the sausage behind to be tested for DNA. Now, my question is this, folks. Did they take the sausage and throw it in a plastic bag, ziplock it, and put it in a evidence locker for 9 years? And then they retested it for this DNA and made the match? Or did they test it for DNA 9 years ago, throwing away the sandwich, but keeping the records of the DNA? And then later on, the sausage biter, who got arrested on an unrelated incident, had to submit his DNA that now matches the sausage. These are all questions nobody really gives a crap about. And you're welcome. That has been the Punchlines. And once again, it is time for a teeny tiny short little break. Pause the extra station identification, and we will be back with a game show called Who Wants to Be a Smartass? And no, that's kind of it's a rhetorical question. Okay? We all want to be a smartass, right? Don't we all want to be a smartass? And what you hear right now is this is me stalling because my commercials just all disappeared. Anyway, we'll be back right after this with Who Wants to Be a Smartass?
Morning, bud. Hey, how you doing? You got that hot date with Sue tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't be doing any of this.
What, scratching my head?
Yeah, you don't want to know you got that dandruff.
I don't have dandruff. Get out of here.
Yeah, you do. Go on, scratch your head.
What? Oh, man, look at these embarrassing flakes.
Yeah, see, I told you. Go and shake your head.
Like this?
No, harder.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
there's so many.
Okay, here, let's get them off of the table here. Put them in this bowl.
What do I do?
Why don't you try some of this?
Milk?
Uh-huh.
Will that get rid of my dandruff?
No, but it sure tastes good.
No.
Yeah.
Let me try that. Hey, these are good.
Head Flakes, new from Kellogg's. A nutritious part of this balanced breakfast. And because they're made of dry flesh, they stay crunchy, even in milk.
Hey, slow down. Save some for me.
Head Flakes from Kellogg's. Ask your doctor.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love. Igor's lube? Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing. Thanks, Igor. And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Once in a lifetime, there comes a show that will test and define your intellect. A show that will break through the boundaries of your mind. A show that will peel away the layers of reality to reveal the inner workings of who we are. And when a show like that comes along, we will gladly step aside and give them our time slot. But until then, who wants to be a smartass?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Smartass, the game show that asks you that very question, who wants to be a smartass, where your sarcasm as well as your intelligence can equal big points that you can cash in for fake prizes. Just saying. Anyway, folks, I'm going to bring them on up to the podium right now. Today's contestant, all the way from the other side of the pond, I give you Sir Martin of Mad from UG Media. Everybody, come on, welcome.
Hello. Oh, welcome.
Wow. The excitement's just coursing through your veins today. I can feel it.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're always so worried every time that you have to prove what kind of a smartass you are. And you never know what to expect because I'm always changing the rules. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Yes. It's very, very true. So, we're going to go ahead and get this thing underway. I'm going to read some of the rules now, in case you're unfamiliar with them, and anybody that's listening right now. Each game consists of 3 rounds, folks. Rounds number 1 and rounds number 2. These rounds are worth up to 15 points each. The player will choose from categories to test their knowledge. They will be asked a question and must come up with as many answers as they can in a set time frame. Players will be awarded 1 point for every matching answer on our list. Points will also be awarded for properly placed smart-ass answers. Then, a banking question will be asked. If answered correctly, you will bank those points, keeping them moving forward. Players that get all 5 matching answers correct in any category will get all of their points doubled. So if you get all 5 matches, we'll give you double those points. Are you ready for round number 1, Sir Martin of Mad?
No.
Couldn't possibly be ready.
just a few questions. No, I am not. I would be lying if I said yes.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to give you your categories for round number 1. Categories are warp speed, underwear, and famous monsters. Warp speed, underwear, or famous monsters.
I'll go for warp speed for 1,000, please, Bob.
Warp speed for a fictitious 1,000. Okay, so here is your. Remember, I'm going to read a question. I'm going to read something. I'm telling you to name something. You're going to name as many as you possibly can in 20 seconds. You will get a point for every one that you match that's on my list. Are you ready? Here we go.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
And your time starts. Name these things that can be warped. Name these things that can be warped. Your time starts now.
Steel Records, Starship Enterprise, warped. My sense of humor, my thought process. Various senators in Congress.
All right, time. Let's go to the judges and see how many you got on our list. You got 1, 2. You got 2 correct answers. Your answers that you got correct are records. They could definitely be warped, even in just a warm room. That's why we got rid of records. The other one that you got right, you kind of danced around this answer, but it's nonetheless the correct answer. Minds. Your mind can be warped, for sure. So we got those 2 for you. Now, the ones that you did not get was bowl lids. You know those Tupperware lids and stuff, how they can get warped in the dishwasher? And then
okay, I don't use a dishwasher.
Then, well, they can still warp, you know. And then you got CDs, if you leave them in your car. And wood. You can always go to get lumber, and it's warped. And then you can't use it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
every day's a school day.
What was that?
Every day's a school day.
Yep, it is a school day. All right, so you got 2 points that you're looking to bank now with the banking question. And your banking question is: If your door frame becomes warped, what is the result? If your door frame becomes warped, what happens?
Door will either not close or not close properly. A whole host of things, really. But yeah, it'll either won't close at all, throw your door out a sink and catch on your carpet, providing you've got carpet.
All right, I'm going to go to the judges here. They're going to go ahead and give this one to you, even though the answer, in my opinion, is the opposite of what you said. You said the door won't close. They said that the door will stick.
Ooh, potato.
Right,
Depends
right.
if it's open or closed when it
The
walks.
judges are... I don't know why the judges gave that to you. I wouldn't have gave that to you. I'm just saying. But you have banked 2 points so far in round number 1. Bringing us to the next question. So your remaining 2 categories are for round number 1: underwear or famous monsters. Which will you choose?
I'll go for underwear, please.
Underwear. All right. And here is your question for the category underwear. Name these types of undergarments. Name these types of undergarments. You have 20 seconds to answer.
20 seconds to comply.
And your time starts now.
Okay, so you got underpants, we would call them knickers. You will have bras. I suppose you could wear a vest, I suppose. On the top half, you got socks, long johns, boxer shorts, Y-fronts, G-string thong.
Oh, time. Okay, so go to the judges, and you got 1, You got 2. You only actually have 2 answers. You got bra. Obviously, that's a undergarment, and it's the first one that you learn how to take off with one hand. The next one that you got was boxers. I hate boxer shorts. It's like your underwear is supposed to do 2 jobs, folks. 1, keep your pants clean, and 2, keep your boys in position. Boxers don't do that one at all. They're like clowns running around in a tent. I'm just saying. No good. It's no good.
Very good analogy. Very good.
It's no good. So, you had mentioned, I think you said panties, and the judges are going to go ahead and give you a third one on this one because they said edible and crotchless panties.
Edible and crotchless.
Yeah, they were very specific with edible and crotchless panties, but panties are in fact part of that. So, you now have 3 points for this category that you would like to bank right now if you answer this banking question correctly. Here comes your question. Flying into bomb a city, a can of bug spray, or stealing used underwear from a chick's dresser drawer is called a what? Flying into bomb a city, a can of bug spray, or stealing used underwear from a chick's dresser drawer is called a what?
My mind is a blank.
If the planes are coming in, it's called a what? They're coming in to drop bombs from the air. I gave you the word right before the answer.
No, my mind is just
wow.
you've you caught me off guard, sir. Caught me off guard.
And you lose those 3 points because of the word raid. It's an air raid. A can of bug spray is called raid. And
right, okay.
Panty
Very good.
raid. Very good. So you move forward with only 2 points from the first round. And now your final category for round number 1 is famous monsters. Name these world famous monsters. Name these world famous monsters.
20 seconds to comply.
And your time starts now. World famous monsters.
World famous monsters. Okay, Loch Ness, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Yeti, Abominable Snowman, kind of the same thing. Dragons, the Kraken, Cthulhu.
That's a good one. Oh, and time. You had some good ones in there. The Kraken, Cthulhu, and all that. Those were good. Let's go to the judges and see how many you had. You had Loch Ness. And you had Bigfoot and all of the synonyms for Bigfoot. Because like you said, they're all Bigfoot, right?
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. Different parts of the world.
You can't start saying the Abominable Snowman is a white Bigfoot. You can't start dividing people by color anymore. Okay?
You get cancelled.
That's right.
Apparently.
You're going to cancel Bigfoot and Sasquatch? Come on. It's terrible. And that's it. You just got two answers.
Oh.
So the ones that you did not get was Frankenstein's monster. He's super, super famous. Godzilla.
Godzilla.
King of the monsters. And, in my opinion, the greatest monster of all time, Nancy Pelosi.
No, I did think it. I didn't say it.
That would have been a well-placed smart-ass answer. See? Gotta think. There might be some smart-ass answers out there. So sometimes throwing out a crazy answer is actually not that crazy. So you have 2 points that you're trying to bank. So let's go to your banking question for this round. for this question. What monster band attracts the most metal? Think of the words in the sentence. You got to decode it. What monster band attracts the most metal?
So you're metal, as in metal band, as in rock and roll metal rock band, yeah?
Maybe it actually physically means metal.
He could do. Going out on a whim, attracts metal. No, once again, no. My brain is frazzled. It is not working to its full capacity.
All right. Well, you lose your 2 points for that category. Trapped was, at least there was a thought process in that. That was, it grabs it and hangs onto it. That's the thought process. But the monster band that attracts the most metal is Monster Magnet. Monster Magnet.
Very good indeed.
Yes, not for you though.
Not for me, no, because I'm a dumbass and I didn't get it.
You have 2 points coming in from round number 1, sir. Are you ready for round number 2?
I'm gonna lie and say yes.
All right, so as we move into round number 2, your 3 categories to choose from are not so ancient artifacts, peanuts or corn, and demons. Not so ancient artifacts, peanuts and corn, demons.
Peanuts and corn, please.
Peanuts and corn. All right, and here comes your question. Well, it's not really a question. Name these characters from the cartoon Peanuts Gang. Name all of these characters from the cartoon Peanuts Gang.
20 seconds to comply.
And your time starts now.
Okay, so you've got Woodstock, Snoopy, Charlie Brown. I've got to try and think. Linus, I can't remember his surname because I know he has got one. You've got Lucy. You've got Peppermint, Patty, I think.
And time. Let's go to the judges and see how many you got. Judges said Woodstock is definitely a character on the Peanuts Gang. So is Snoopy. So is Charlie Brown, because half the people don't even know that it's called the Peanuts Gang. They think it's called Charlie Brown.
I know, right? Yeah.
Linus is also a character that carries around his blanket. Oh, so close to getting all 5. You missed the very last one, which was Pigpen. Pigpen.
Got that one. Would not have got that one.
The dirty little kid running around dancing in his cloud of dirt. Yeah.
I know who you are. I never could remember his name.
All right, so you got 4 points. In just this one category, you've got double the points that you got in all of the whole last round. Now, the question is, can you hang on to these points with your banking question? And here it comes. What? Remember the category you're in, too. Always remember your category. What hard rock band may also be found in excrement?
Corn.
Corn! Yes! All right!
I actually had to think there for a minute there, Mr. Alien Stone. My brain is not functioning properly. I think I'm missing a couple of cogs today. But we got there.
That's right. And he gets there with 4 points banking because he can find the band Corn in his boo-boo. All right.
Stupid!
No, he's not stupid. All right, so you got 4 points banked there, so now you are moving forward with 6 points into the next category. Your 2 categories remaining are not so ancient artifacts and demons.
I'm going to go not so ancient artifacts, please.
Not so ancient artifacts, and here it goes. Name these objects that in our modern times have become outdated things of the past. So name these objects that in our modern times have become outdated things of the past.
20 seconds to comply.
And your time starts now.
Oh, wow. Outdated. Floppy disks. Cassette tapes. Normal conversation. Letters. Respect. A decent government that knows what they're doing.
Time. And we go to the judges. And what saith the judges? You got... Wow, I'm losing my track here. All right, I'm up here. You said cassette tapes. They're giving you this one. It says 8 tracks.
Oh, yeah.
The precursor.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah. That's why they gave it to you. It's pretty much the same. And we also just lost, not too long ago, a couple days ago, I think, the inventor of the cassette tape just died.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So 8 tracks, though, they're pretty much done, okay? And let's see. Before I give you the one that you got, I'm going to give you the ones you didn't get. You didn't get record players. Nobody's buying records
still kind
anymore.
of a thing, though. There's still kind of a thing, especially over here.
Well, so is glass blowing, but... You know?
So is glass blowing.
But you know what I'm saying? There's not too many people engaged in it anymore, is all I'm saying. And a checkbook. A lot of people don't even mess with that anymore. You know what I'm saying? They use the debit card, the check card. They don't actually write a check anymore. Another thing that's outdated today is common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense, that would have been a smart-ass answer. Now, the one that you did get, the judges gave to you, you said a reasonable government that makes sense. And the answer for a not-so-ancient artifact, something in modern times, which is now an outdated thing of the past, again, Nancy Pelosi!
Are we going to get a theme here then, Mr. Eglinton?
Okay, so you got 2 points in this question that you're trying to bank. Please hang on to these points to move forward. Here comes your banking question. After Geraldo Rivera opened Al Capone's vault on national television, besides dirt, what was found inside?
Nothing.
And the judges say... Wrong.
Damn it.
Wrong. It's just like when anybody goes up to James Earl Jones and says, "Hey, can you say that line, Luke, I'm your father?" He says, "That's not the line. Everybody thinks that's the line. But the line is, no, I am your father," is what he actually says in the movie. But everybody has it in their head that he says, "Luke, I am your father." Just like everybody has it in their head that thing was empty, when in fact it had several empty bottles inside.
Oh.
Along with the disappointment of all of his viewers.
Very good. Yes.
He even, for some reason, tried to tell everybody that one of them was for illegal moonshine. Like he had any clue what used to be in a bottle. On site. I'm looking at, that was definitely that. It could have been mayonnaise, sir. You don't know what was in there. You have no idea.
Wow.
So, no good on those points. So you still only have 6 points moving forward. You have one final category for round number 2. Demons. And here it goes. Name these movies featuring demons. Name these movies featuring demons.
20 seconds to comply.
And your time starts now.
Oh, featuring demons. Okay, so you've got you Satan, Lucifer, Azrael. If I can't remember the
names of the movies. The movies.
Oh, the names of the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me start your time back over again. The movies that feature demons, not the demons featured in movies.
Okay.
All right, go.
Oh wow. Okay. Hellboy. You've got. I suppose you could get Dracula's. It could be done as one. You've got Legend. You've got. I'm trying to think of the movies now.
Time. I'm gonna say this to you right now. I'm gonna give you one of the ones that you said because I originally had it on the list and I took it off to put in a different answer. So yeah, let's go to the judges. Judges say you got Legend. Correct. That's the one I had on the list and I took it off. Everybody knows Legend with his big floppy horns. Okay.
Mr. Tim Curry, bless him.
Yeah. And I tell you right now too, I never knew that. When somebody finally told me, I was like, that is not him. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And did he get any other ones right?
Probably not.
Negative. He did not get any other ones right. So the ones you did not get, which blows my freaking mind, by the way, that you did not get these. The Exorcist.
You see, I curveball. It was curveball. I was actually going to, the demons itself, but not the movie title. So I was like, just completely curveballed.
That's why I started the time over and told you to go with the movies. The Omen.
Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby. Now here's a fun one. Big Trouble in Little China.
Damn it.
The liver-spotted demon, David Lopan, a.k.a. Nancy Pelosi. And the last one you didn't get was The Pick of Destiny.
Oh, yeah, The Pick of Destiny, yeah.
Which is very similar to the demon from Legend. Really?
Yeah.
The same big giant horns.
Or the rewritten story of Devil Goes Down to Georgia. It's essentially what it is.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It really is. So you got 1 point that you may be able to hang on to. I doubt it.
Yeah, that's it. I doubt it too.
If you hang on to your points with this banking question. And here it goes. What 2 changes would you need to make to turn a corn dog into a breakfast food? I'm giving you this one because this has nothing to do with the category and you've answered this question in the past.
I know. I'm trying
What
to think.
2 changes would you need to make to a corn dog to make it into a breakfast food? A, would you pour biscuits and would you pour biscuit gravy on it and eat it before noon? B, would you switch the cornbread with pancake and the hot dog with the sausage? Or C, just eat it and remind yourself that your stomach has no idea what time it is because now is now.
A cross between B and C.
And I'm going to go ahead and say yes, I'm going to give that to you. The real answer is you switch the cornbread with pancake and the hot dog with the sausage link, make it microwavable, and Americans will eat it. We will eat it. And of course, just remind yourself that your stomach has no idea what time it is now, and we are also abandoning time. What is it? Daylight savings time. That's gonna go anyway. So you bank that one. So now you got a whole whopping 7 freaking points. That's 2 more than you could have gotten on your first question. And that brings us to our final category, or our final round, rather. Round number 3. In round number 3, I'm going to give you 2 categories. You're going to select 1 category. In that category, we'll do the same kind of thing where I'll ask you a question. You answer the question. If you get that right, you keep all the points that you have right now. Then you can choose to answer a second question to double your points. But if you get that question wrong, you leave no points and a dumbass. So, your two categories you can choose from right now for your final round are famous sandwiches or famous pandemics.
I'm going to go with famous pandemics, please.
Famous pandemics. It is for the win. So, right now you are playing for a whopping 7 points on this question. A whopping 7 points. 1918 to 1920 was host to a pandemic. What was it called? 1918 to 1920 was a host to a pandemic. What was it called?
The pandemic. It's either going to be the common cold or the normal flu.
Well,
because it's been obliterated now.
Correct. Am I going to give? I think I'm going to give this one to you because you said one part of it. You said the very last word of what it was. The rest of it might be what you're getting yelled at in by people as they're crossing the border into America. Can you figure that one out?
Oh, dear me.
They're coming across the border to America. They're screaming at us in... What language?
Spanish?
Yes! All right! Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to give you your 7 points because you actually said the Spanish flu. You got it right!
Eventually, some prompting, some pep talk.
The rule says you have to say the answer. It doesn't say I can't coerce you into saying it even if it's in the wrong order. So you now hang on to 7 points. Now, there's a second question under the same category of famous pandemics. If you answered that one correctly, you will walk away with an enormous 14 points, which is less than you could have gotten in the first round. So what are you going to do? You're going to leave with 7 points? Or you're going to risk it all for 14?
I'm going to risk it all. Risk it all. Let's go for it.
Risk it all to get that 14 points. Okay, so your next question in the category of famous pandemics. What is the full name of the flu? We call it the flu. What's it called in the books?
It's going to be influenza.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah! All right.
Or as it's now known as the China box. Because it's dominating everything.
All right, so yes, influenza was it. You double your points. You walk out of here with 14 whopping points.
I walk away with 14 points and my dignity, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. 15 points is what you have to spend for your dignity. It's 15 points for dignity.
He's been run over by a bus and trailing behind with a couple of broken limbs, but it's there nonetheless.
That's right. When we look at the website, the only thing you can trade 14 points in is the host saying, "Thanks for playing." But we're going to let you put that on a gift card. So every time that you keep coming back, we'll keep adding to it until you finally save up enough for like an eraser or a bird call.
Bird call. Broken, I hope.
All right, so thank you very much for playing. Who wants to be a smartass?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's all the time we have for this particular show. We're going to take a short break, a pause in the action for station identification, and we will be back with hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Go nowhere.
directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
How's it going, everyone? Prospect here with the weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. I mentioned last week how the men's NCAA tournament is unpredictable due to teams bowing out because of positive COVID tests. Now Duke is one of those teams, but their journey is not over. After it was reported that the team withdrew from the tourney, the NCAA has announced that the ACC team still can join as an at-large or COVID replacement, a source told ESPN. This keeps Mike Krzyzewski's streak of 24 straight tournament appearances alive. NCAA senior vice president at first said a team needs 7 consecutive negative tests to play, but now says that it only requires 5 healthy players. The same can't be said for Kansas, who withdrew from their Big 12 tournament after testing positive for the virus. They were set to face Texas in the semifinals, and as a result, the Longhorns will automatically advance to the finals to face Oklahoma State. This is not a good time for the university, as I reported last week that the school's football program was wrapped in controversy after their former coach Les Miles had an incident involving female students while at LSU in 2013. We know that the quarterback carousel in the NFL is something to behold during the offseason, wondering where your favorite one is going when the curtains go up. Well, there's 3 of them that's staying put, at least for a year. The Chiefs are restructuring Patrick Mahomes' contract to free up cap space. The two already agreed on July on a 10-year contract extension, securing him until at least 2031. The restructuring is expected to free up at least $17 million in space, which is probably going to be used to sign more players after cutting some starting offensive linemen. The Patriots are keeping Cam Newton in Foxborough for a 1-year deal worth $13.6 million, with $6 million of it in incentives. The former Carolina Panther posted on Instagram celebrating his deal with the caption, quote, "Run it back, Chapter 2, end quote. Let's just hope he does better than Chapter 1, where his lackluster performance gave the AFC North team their first missed postseason in decades. And Tom Brady is staying in Florida for a little while longer, as he and the Buccaneers agreed to an extension of at least 1 year with a maximum of 4 that frees up $19 million in cap space for the team. This is after tight end Rob Gronkowski announced that he is coming back for another season after the team won their 2nd Super Bowl in franchise history. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect saying until next time, Prospect out.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile.
All right, everybody, welcome. It's hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. I do believe still on the phone. We've got Sir Martin of Mad from UG Media. He's hanging out. He's got nothing else to do. He's got nothing else to do today.
That's about right.
He just lines up for punishment.
That's it. Glutton for punishment.
Time to the whipping post. Well, can we say that?
Hey, it's your station. It's your show. You could say whatever the hell you like.
You know, I've been running this station and this show for many years now, and I have always bit my tongue and bit the side of my mouth and didn't say certain things because I was worried about upsetting somebody or making somebody mad. And really, at this point, I don't care anymore.
Good lad.
At this point, I don't care because no matter what I say, someone's going to get their panties in a bunch. Somebody's butthole's going to itch. Somebody's going to get an infection over it. Somebody's going to get all lefty Karen-like about it. You know what I mean? And I don't have time for that. So the way I look at it is if you don't like what I'm saying and I lose you as a listener, then goodbye. Because why were you listening in the first place, Mary? If you're that sensitive and you're that easily hurt, what is it like to be so weak that you are taken to your knees by words?
I know. It must also be mentally exhausting to try and find something to be offended about every day.
Every day, yes. Oh my God. Okay, let's turn on Facebook. Okay. Oh, look, a flower. I can't be mad at that. Let's keep scrolling. Oh, but wait a minute. This guy posted 2 flowers back to back, and they're both white roses. He must be a racist. Next thing you know, there you are. They're attacking him about being a racist. What's the matter? You can't put a red rose on here? What's going on here?
That's it. Next thing you know, they'll be storming the Capitol and everything.
Fact checkers are coming in. You know.
Yeah, the roses are mostly white.
It's like, whatever, dude. Yeah, it's only mostly white. Well, mostly white means it's something else, too, right?
There's a bit of green on there on the stem.
Fact checkers. Partially wrong is also partially right.
Or mostly right. If it's partially wrong, it's mostly right. So,
well, it depends on how big is that partial.
Well, partial would be a small portion.
Could be 75%. That's still a part of it, right?
Yeah, it could be. It could
the majority of, but so anyway, that's just English. You know? That's just definitions and stuff, right? Nobody has to follow that anymore, right? Somebody accidentally shoots somebody while cleaning a gun. They're a terrorist now. What? I think that it should be mandatory that everybody, to be a citizen, has to have a copy of the dictionary and read it.
Yeah, probably not the Google what today's definition is, but what it actually is, not just some made up on a whim because someone was upset the day before.
That's right. And Wikipedia should be shut down.
Yeah, that's it.
Wikipedia needs to be shut down. How can you say this is how you look up a word, but yet anybody can change it? Huh? Anybody go in there and change the definition of a word?
Or Google, as they change the definition of everything.
Right. Just whatever, dude. You know, whatever. I'm still trying to figure out what an assault rifle is. What is that? What is an assault rifle?
Assault rifle. I think it's the exact reverse of a pepper gun. You get an assault.
Gotcha.
Rifle.
That makes more sense than anything anybody else has tried to say. Yep. There you go. It is a seasoning dispensing thing, an assault rifle.
It shouts rude words just before you pull the trigger.
I just saw a meme the other day. Somebody's holding up one of those signs that says, "This is the size of the hole that an AR-15 makes." And there's a freaking hole that they have drawn on there that's like 8 or 9 inches wide.
What?
Yeah, it's like this huge. It's like a shotgun blast they got drawn on there, right? Like a up close, like freaking straight out buckshot. Hole blown in something, right? And it said, this is what an AR-15 makes. And then somebody put underneath it another picture, and it says, no, this is the hole. And then in comments it says real size that an AR-15 makes. And it's got this little EDB. Because the bullet's smaller than a 22. People don't realize that.
I know, yeah, because .22 is in inches.
5.56 is smaller than a 22.
Yeah.
The bullet itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well,
Yeah.
how do you? Where are you people getting your information?
Probably Wikipedia.
I guess. I don't understand. And then somebody says, "Oh yeah, I honestly, God, this was a politician once. He had posted something that he said, and he mentioned something about your AR-15 can get this. He said it fires over 1,000 rounds a second.
1,000 rounds a second.
I'm
not even a minigun. Not even a minigun does that.
There's no weapon on Earth, unless it fires all the shots from separate things at the same time, that could do that. And what would it be made out of that didn't melt at that point?
Exactly. I don't think even an A-10 tank buster shoots rounds that fast.
You know what? Get this, dude. We're talking about this stuff right now, right? This is I'm getting into conspiracies here. I'm really into it because I used to be thinking that this was all bullcrap. I used to think it was all bullcrap. The conspiracy theories weren't true. I'm buying into more and more of them every day. No, seriously. Ever since we started talking about this, the guns and stuff,
yeah,
the Facebook stream keeps telling me your stream is being interrupted. Your stream is being interrupted. It keeps cutting out and cutting back in, cutting out and cutting back in. Didn't do that all day until we started talking about the sensitive subjects.
Well, it's not really sensitive subject. I mean, we haven't been talked about inflamed skin and what lotion to put on it.
Right.
That's sensitive.
Exactly. Nonsensical bullcrap that we're talking about.
I know, right?
It's just, honestly, I don't. People are telling me that it's a glitch in my software that I can't use talk to text to post on Facebook right now. I can't. If I click on it, the little thing goes bloop and closes immediately. It will not let me use it. I could use it in everything else, but not that. And everybody else has commented that they have no problems with that at all. But that's probably because of the stuff I say.
That's it, yeah. Goes to a little red light flashes in Zuckerberg's war room.
I've specifically called him out on Facebook several times too. I specifically said his full name and referred to him as all kinds of things. So absolutely. So I'm sure that he's like, okay, well, he talks a lot. Look at all of his posts. They're all like 6 paragraphs long. There's no way he's typing all that. He's using talk to text. So we'll just disable that.
That's it, yeah.
Well, he didn't disable the messenger where you can send yourself a message. Yeah. I can message myself with Messenger. So I just click on myself and it lets me use talk to text there, so I can say, Mark Zuckerberg, you and your blah 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 and your sister this and da 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 whatever I want. Then I just hold my thumb on it, copy it, then go over and paste it and hit post. Take that, Mark.
Oh dear. Say how you feel, mate. Say how you feel.
I haven't been doing that for years.
Yeah, I know.
I still won't do it on Inside the Mothership. I still won't do it on that show. That show has a rule. I'm not going to do that because I have a co-host on that show who, by the way, is really in line with a lot of my thought processes and everything. But he is on the same idea of that this is, that's an oasis. That show is not supposed to be about that kind of stuff. But this is all me. So, yeah, Nancy Pelosi is a demon. I could say that. And Chuck Schumer used to be a human that Pelosi bit, and he turned into a demon.
That's it, yeah. And we know this for fact because Wikipedia told us so.
That's right. Wickedpedia.
It should be called that. I'm sure there is some stuff on WikiLeaks as well somewhere.
WikiLeaks and Wikipedia. Oh, my God.
So, Mr. Alienstone, would you like some more punchlines? I have found some.
Sure. Hang on one second here. Let me get some punchlines ready. Is it one word or 2 words? It's 1 word. All right, so hang on one second. And for the punchlines, today's punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's bobblehead chess set. And
the food was meant to do vegan, but she kept making secret trips to McDonald's for kids. Without any do, I've been freaking out at okay, but F hell, I was craving chicken McNuggets like there was no tomorrow. So at least twice a week, I would sneak out of the house and say I'm just going to the supermarket or running errands, and then I'd go to McDonald's and eat a bunch of nuggets or a McChicken. She continued, I was doing this for months, but my ex started getting suspicious, and yesterday he blew up at me and accused me of cheating on him because of the amount of times I leave the house and refused to let him come with me. He then broke up with me.
I don't know. I think she's lying, man. I think she had someone else's nuggets in her mouth.
I know, right? Yeah.
I think he was right. You tell me you're cheating on me with a clown that makes chicken? Stop it.
They were nuggets, but they weren't chicken.
Man.
Ah, dear me. Right, also going on the keeping in the idea of food from February, edible car, which is 91% cake, sets record for speed distance. Champion race car driver Michael Andretti won the race, covering 350 feet at a top speed of 17 miles per hour. The event helped to launch the parking garage at a new casino in Washington State. Would you so believe? And so, yes, so this record is done by the edible car. Officially, it was 91% cake. Indie racing car. Michael won, and covering obviously the 350 feet. And and that was in Washington State. After the race, everyone got champagne, milk, and slices of the car.
What's that famous quote? Let them have cake.
You can have your cake and eat it,
and you can have your cake and crash it too.
Well, this is true, but on this occasion, this was not the case.
It pulls up and the crew comes out and they refill it with cream. Change the cookie tires. They're all dressed like the Pillsbury Doughboy. No? That's not how it works? Okay, continue, sorry. I'll show myself out.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, wow. Hang on a minute. Screen's all going all pop-ups and all sorts of stuff. Get out of here. I have got another one. I'm trying to find it. No. It's decided it's going to crash. So that has been the punchlines.
That has been the punchlines. See, I thought I had another one here too. Nope, it's not even a punchline. It's just a stupid thing. This is something I actually saw on Facebook. Okay, this is not a punchline. Okay, this is not a silly thing. It's not. It's just something that you would never have thought about before. Never would have thought about this. Okay, it's a picture of a beach. Okay, at the ocean, it's a beach. So you see all these people going in and out of the water. They're having a good time. They're swimming out in the water and everything. And then you look off to the right, and there's a guy in a wheelchair. Right? He's wearing his swim trunks only, but he's sitting in a wheelchair at the beach. So obviously, he can't go out into the water. You know what I'm saying? Then the next picture shows that right where they got the big tower where David Hasselhoff would sit and watch everybody. Right there. You look, and there's a ramp, and the ramp has railings on both sides, and it goes all the way out into the water, and it's for people in wheelchairs. Was the coolest thing I ever saw, man. So the next show was the guy out in the water, but now he's on an actual ramp, so his wheels aren't sinking into the murky stuff underneath and getting stuck, but he's up to his chest in the water.
Okay.
I thought that was awesome. Now he's out there throwing balls around and stuff, playing with everybody else out in the water. He just has to stay on this metal deck that's underneath the water. I thought that was awesome.
Cool. Good stuff.
Who thinks about doing stuff like that for people, man?
Yeah, it's some bright spark, clearly.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought I would bring that up. I thought that was kind of cool. That was on my punchlines thing. Obviously, it wasn't a punchline. I just stuck it on there.
It wasn't a punch. It was a thing.
Something I wanted to bring up. I thought it was kind of, you see the ramps on people's houses. You see them at apartment complexes and everything, and you never think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, there were no other. I went to the place I normally get punchlines, and they all sucked.
Where do you usually go for your punchlines?
It is a website. Let me get the website up here to tell you what it is. It's actually from the Huffington Post. They have they have a category called Bizarre. Is it just called Bizarre?
Okay.
Bizarre and Strange Stories.
Oh, okay.
And the thing that's funny is whoever it is that's in charge of this page, there is a story at the top. It's the first one. It's the first one on the list. It's been the same story sitting there for about 2 years.
Well, it's the Huffington Post, so you see, there shouldn't be any surprise there, my friend.
Everything underneath it change every day. They update all the stories, but that one never moves. I think that they lost the code or something up in they forget to highlight it or what. But it's there every day. It's like, you guys aren't checking this? It's amazing. It's actually, wow. Okay, it was updated October 23rd, 2017.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
But the article directly under it and all of them was updated like yesterday.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the article is, this is the headline, Manager of DOD Airspace Threat Program. And then in quote, UFOs are real. I remember doing the story. I didn't realize it was in 2017 that I did it. But yeah, it's basically talking how the manager, every time somebody ever retires or loses their job or is on the deathbed, they always give up the secrets. That's what that was.
That's it.
It was one of those type of things. But anyway, sir, we have to do the newest episode of Just a Few Questions. We always got to get that in there.
Cool.
Rednecks,
cool.
Bad Decisions, and Traffic Thoughts is the name of this one. And it is exactly 30 minutes and 21 seconds. So we've got just a couple of minutes before we got to get that on here. So I'm going to throw this to a really quick break. Pause the action for station identification, and then we'll be back with that. And you lived it, sir.
I know. It was insane.
It was
a wonderful experience.
All right. So where are my commercials at, man? They keep disappearing.
That's Bill Gates. That's what it is.
I guess. It is amazing to me. They are gone again. Yes, my commercials are just not there. Let me go in here. I'll grab this, and then we'll grab this, and then we'll load it in here like this. All right. Man, it's being such a bitch.
It's live entertainment, folks. This is what happens.
We'll be back with Just a Few Questions right after this.
I used to be a nice girl until Alien Stone took me for a ride in his mothership. Now I'm an intergalactic hottie. Thank you, Alien Stone.
With the weather quickly changing, it might be a good time to have your furnace or air conditioner checked out by a professional.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
They specialize in light commercial and residential service and installation. They even do hot water tanks.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Just check out this deal.
Complete installation of the iWave R air purifier for only $600. It kills mold, bacteria, and viruses while reducing odors and allergens.
Contact Eric at 313-920-2325. Again, that's Eric at 313-920-2325. Or get a hold of Dave at 248-345-8196. Again, that's Dave at 248-345-8196. Look for him on Facebook at Freedom Heat Cool. Call today for a free estimate.
Freedom Heating and Cooling.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. It's time to answer just a few questions.
All right, folks, we've reached that time in the broadcast once again where I ask just a few questions. And today on the hook, we've got Sir Martin of Mad and Sir Unit of D.
That is I, Sir Unit of Del D.
Scared.
Scared.
Who, I am? I'm not scared.
Oh, no, I think that was Martin scared.
Martin scared? He's not scared. I'll hold your hand, bro. You'll be all right. I got you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Much appreciated.
Long distance hand holding. International.
If it gets too scary, I'll hide in your beard.
There you go. You're looking fresh today, too, man. Gotta say.
He's using Igor's beard butter.
Igor's beard butter.
That's right. Igor's beard straightener.
Which comes up from.
It's not really a liquid or anything. It's electrocute you. Straightens it right out.
It's pretty much recycled man paste.
A lot of protein in that, man. It helps.
Yep.
It's very good for the follicles.
Exactly.
And the follicles.
If it worked for Mary, it can work for me.
It's good for the follicles. Anyway, it's time for
hair gel?
The complexion confection series. Remember that?
Complexion, yeah.
Complexion confection, what's your infection? Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
It is time for just a few questions, and here comes...
Question number one.
Question number one. As you come to a stop at a traffic light, you realize now, without the roar of the engine and the traffic noise, your radio is a bit loud. You're getting attention as Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun is blaring, but not by choice. The Wham song that got you to turn it up in the first place just ended anyway.
I never want to dance again.
Okay.
That was the one. Just before the light turns green, a city truck pulls up, blocking the intersection in front of you. That's right. Emerging is what looks like a 115-pound carnival ride ticket taker in a dirty wife beater with a mullet and a tattoo of a bloody bullet hole on his forehead.
Dirt! Def Leppard sucks!
He's smoking a saliva-soaked cigar and clearly has no teeth. He begins to shovel hot asphalt into a pothole. As you start to decode this guy's laundry list of bad choices, you begin to reflect on your own life and the choices you have made that brought you to where you are today.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
For instance, at some point in your childhood, you decided to, quote, be a good boy and choose to follow the rules and play nice with others. What may have led you to this good life choice? So what made you decide to be a good boy and follow the rules and all that, okay? Was it A, attending church and reading the Bible every day gave you a greater understanding of life and love? Was it B, you grew up watching shows like America's Most Wanted and Cops? C, your family, friends, and teachers always guided you along the way? Or D, you had at least one parent that cared enough about you to knock you on your ass when you started acting like a disrespectful little brat? There is a wild card answer, and go.
Who you want to go first?
We'll go with Sir Mountain of Mad. Go for the long pass first.
Well, both my parents were certainly quick and able to knock me on my ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your dad could have, like hook kicked you, right?
Yeah, but then again, the slipper or is more effective.
Right. Yeah.
You're young. It's not abuse, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. It's character building.
That's right.
It's not abuse if the person who's being hit never showed up in prison. It's guidance.
That's it.
There you go, man. You guided him away from the cell.
Exactly.
Gotcha. He was heading that way, and I knocked him over this way.
Exactly. It's guidance.
You're welcome.
It's not abuse. It's guidance.
All right. So, Mad Martin, you're saying that you had at least one parent that cared enough about you to knock you on your ass when you started to act like a disrespectful little brat.
That is correct.
That is correct. That is the reason why you chose to be a good boy and became the well-adjusted human you are today. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Well-adjusted. Yeah.
That's what it's called when your parent knocked you on the ass. It was called an attitude adjustment.
This is correct, yes.
That's right. Just tweaking you a little bit. So, the unit, what saith you?
All right, so it's definitely not the church thing.
Definitely not the
Okay.
church.
So I'm going to tell you. So I remember as a kid when my parents were still together, us going to church every Sunday, blah, 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 no big deal, putting the dollar in the little basket, blah, blah, blah. I remember when I was 18, I went to church with a friend of mine because, I kind of wanted it. And her brother, Catholic church, okay, summer, Saturday afternoon, summer, her dad's like, Derek, you should probably go to church with them. And I'm like, But I went. Long story short, power went out.
Power went out at church.
Power went out at church.
Summertime.
Hot summertime. Units inside the church. Power goes out. Never went to a church really since then. So church is definitely not it. What was the second one?
The second one was you grew up watching shows like America's Most Wanted and Cops. So you kind of saw the outcome of not being a good boy.
Right. And then, also like the Cosby Show, that kind of like set you straight on a couple
right,
of things.
There was some good lessons taught in there, you know what I'm saying?
There was.
Because he was playing a role.
Family Ties. There's some good lessons in those type of shows. So I'm going to go not with necessarily that one. The third one was what?
Third one was your family, friends, and teachers always guided you along the way.
Nah.
You had some people that tried to take you into the dark side, right?
Yeah. However, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the ass whooping thing because I'm gonna be honest with you. My mom had the Board of Corrections paddle that had like this huge saying on it. A couple kids bent over like a whiskey barrel, and we would tan their ass. Right. I remember once we weren't supposed to be outside until Mom got home from work.
Oh.
Okay.
She pulled up and you were out there.
We were outside in the backyard playing with the neighbor kids. Mom grabbed my arm and whooped my ass all the way back home and cracked that bitch right down the center on my butt.
Wow.
I think there's a reason why I don't got no ass because it just never could grow after my mom killed all the things. Dude, I'm not kidding you, man. I didn't cry, but it stung like a mofo for about 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going with that because that's the only time that I
and the thing is, she went for the softest target.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I think there was some back.
She didn't go for eyebrows and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a hand hit from me blocking it, and stuff like that. But
that was your fault.
That was my fault. Shouldn't have put my hand there.
That's right.
Shouldn't have been outside playing when I wasn't supposed to. Nope.
So you're going with the ass whooping.
I'm going with the ass whooping. She smacked my ass really, really hard once, and she washed my mouth out with soap once. And after that, never did it again.
All right.
Learn from your mistakes.
And the wild card answer neither of you chose was aliens implanted a control chip into your brain that allowed your parents to control the number of questions you ask daily and dial down your rudeness and mouthiness.
That definitely would not work. That's definitely not what's happened.
No, that's not the
That's like
that's
the
not the type of probing that the aliens did.
No. And the bonus question is...
They're not probing the brain, they're probing other things. Whoa.
Probing is not allowed. The bonus question is, while growing up, what do you remember the most? Being rewarded for the good behavior or punished for the bad? Martin of Mad.
Oh, wow.
What do you remember the most? Being praised for doing the right thing or being called on doing the wrong thing?
Okay, Dr. Phil. I don't know. It was so long ago.
We kind of talked about this earlier.
I was doing the bad. I remember doing the bad.
And that's not saying that you did a lot of bad. Remember, we talked earlier that you get called on, like your dad would say, hey, you didn't take out the trash. But if you did take out the trash, he didn't come to you and say, hey, good job taking out the trash.
Right.
Yeah. It's certainly been enlightened.
You don't get complimented on things that are expected of you.
Right.
You get was it demeanors for things that you're not supposed or that you don't do that you are supposed to do.
Exactly. There's not enough merits. There's too many demerits.
Demerits.
You got to have merits. You need to bring back merits. Anyway, that brings us now.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Cletus, as you have named him in your mind, has already taken a break after only a few scoops. He's popped open a dirty and duct-taped styrofoam cooler, grabbing a giant can of Igor's new energy elixir, Mescaline Mango.
Igor's what?
His new energy elixir, Mescaline Mango.
Wow.
He then pulls out a half-eaten can of Spam, pulling the rubber band and tin foil off of the top, and with a spoon from his Swiss Army knife, begins sloppily slurping down the pink meat. While this does not make you hungry, it does make you start thinking about lunch. Decisions. Where will you go? What will you eat?
Stop.
Will it be salty room temperature pork byproduct consumed with a rusty pocket cutlery? No, probably not. After Cletus wipes off the spoon on his dirty shirt, he tosses the empty can into the pothole and goes back to shoveling. So at this point, what questions are you asking yourself? A, is the city really getting this relaxed on their employee uniform requirements? Might it be B? Would we need Joe Dirt out here fixing the damn roads if we got the flying cars we were promised? Thanks for nothing, every sci-fi movie ever. Or C, I wonder if there's a Mrs. Cletus crackhead at home waiting for her stick figure to come home, checking each other for ticks, and considering it's foreplay, leading to sex in the shed so their parents don't hear.
Their parents don't hear.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. I caught on that one right away, baby. Good job out of you. You're my sister. You're my sister.
Or D, is this guy really 115 pounds because of a Spam and energy drink diet? And can I make this work with pizza and beer? There is also a wild card answer and a bonus question. And D-Unit, what saith you?
It's definitely not going to be A. I'm not going to care about the uniforms.
Nah, who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be, if you were a taxpayer, you'd be paying for the uniform anyway.
That's right. So,
wife beater it is from a garage sale.
Heck yeah, cheaper in taxes, right?
That's right, 30 cents.
What was the second one? B.
Second one was, would you need Joe Dirt out here fixing the damn roads if we got our flying cars that we were promised? Thanks for nothing, sci-fi movies. And you got Mrs. Cletus Crackhead at home.
I'm not going to think about that one.
Check each other for ticks and using that as foreplay.
That is a great one. However, that's just too creative to go in my mind. I wouldn't be thinking that.
Okay.
That's just way too creative. Okay. You know, however it was. I'm going with the wild card.
It's visually stunning,
I'm just hitting the wild card. I got to go with the wild card.
Okay, you're going to go with the wild card. Okay, Sir Martin of Mad, what say you?
Mrs. Cletus. That would be literally what would go through my mind.
All right, so I wonder if there is a Mrs. Cletus Crackhead at home waiting for her stick figure to come home, checking each other for ticks and considering it as foreplay, leading to sex in the shed so their parents don't hear.
Yes.
That's Martin of Mad.
Exactly.
That is your
That's
mind.
exactly how my mind works.
Hey, I put out the verbal diarrhea and you ride the rapids. What can I tell you? The wild card answer that D-Unit has chose is this guy using a Swiss Army spoon because all his other spoons are covered with burnt heroin residue? Ooh. Yeah. Didn't see that one, did ya?
Right hook.
The Swiss Army heroin spoon. It's got a built-in crack lighter on it, too.
Dude,
Igor's
Swiss Army knife.
Heroin spoon.
Dude, you got a shoehorn in
crack
that
lighter.
thing. You got a freaking screwdriver. You got
lube dispenser.
A torch. You got. God, that's
a feather comes out.
Sorry, but
to tickle people.
Yep, I'm sorry, but that is the best invention yet.
It actually can have all the other inventions in it. Like you can open up Gretsch trap.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. So.
Disclaimer, not necessarily made from Swiss. Not necessarily made in Swiss.
Okay, we'll call it the Swiss cheese army knife. That way we don't offend an entire place of people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the bonus question is, Girls Just Want to Have Fun has ended, and the perfect song just started and is providing the soundtrack for what is happening in front of you. What song is playing? A, On the Road Again by Willie Nelson. B, It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. C, the Dukes of Hazzard theme song by Waylon Jennings. D, Anything by Kid Rock. Or E, whatever you choose, Sir Martin of Mad. What song is playing while this person is doing this work in the street in front of you?
For pure sarcasm, it's got to be Anything by Kid Rock.
Anything by Kid Rock.
I'm surprised Don Dokken isn't in there.
The secret wave that would have been, because that's where that was going to be, and I took him out and put that in there instead. I didn't want to give Don Dokken any more credit. But we just talked about him anyway.
I'm choosing my own song.
You're choosing your own song.
Choosing my own song. It's blasting, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yes. Working for the weekend.
You
gotta write
want
it down.
a piece of my heart?
Yes, that's a good one.
You better stop from the start.
Man, I can almost picture him getting soapy now washing cars.
I know, right?
Bringing us to
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Well, this evolutionarily skipped primate is almost finished.
Evolutionary skip primate.
He is, dude, you know what? Here's the thing, okay? I put down evolution skipped, and then I actually went evolution skipped, and I was like, wait a minute, evolutionarily? Is that a word? And it turns out it is a word. Evolutionarily skipped primate is almost finished. He is pounding the hot material into the hole with his tool as hard as he can. He looks like a 10-year-old hillbilly rat trying to ring a bell and win a prize at the state fair, or the guy running the game trying to show the spectators how to play. That's when you turn your attention to his tattoo. It's a bullet hole on his forehead. It's very good, very realistic looking. You think about the reasons people get the tattoos they get. Mom as a tribute to a loving mother. No regrets as confidence in who they have become. Dragons and tigers for power. And portraits as tributes to loved ones. But a bullet hole on his forehead? Why?
WTF, yo.
Maybe he was in the army and got this tattoo so that if the enemy got too close, he could just lay down and play dead until they left. Who knows? Given what we think we know about this person in front of us, what other tattoos may he have or could get that would fit? A, lots of stars to cover up all the track marks on his arms. B, the words, some of you have never been taken to the woodshed before, and it shows. C, a portrait of Dave Chappelle's crackhead character, Tyrone Biggums, scratching his neck on this guy's neck. Or D, just under his belly button would be the matching bottom half of his sister's tramp stamp. There is a wild card answer and a bonus question. Answer Martin of Mad. What sayeth you?
Well, I want to go with B, but I want to know what the wild card answer is, so I'm going to go with the wild card.
You going with the wild card answer?
I think D's probably the best one out of them all. I don't even care what the wild card is. I'm going with D.
D's going with D.
The dude, that's great.
Just under his belly button would be the matching bottom half of his sister's tramp stamp.
That's...
Oh, it's like those Together Forever necklaces.
Exactly.
Best friend thing.
Right, yeah. You're going to get the opposite one of this and put it on your charm.
Woo!
And it's on his belly button, so like that's just so freaking funny, dude. Because all I'm picturing is like,
you don't even know what it is.
You know what? Here's what's gonna happen, dude. I'm gonna tell my wife she's getting a tramp stamp, and then I'm gonna shave my belly, and then we're gonna put the opposite end of it there, and that way, be like, hey, honey, we gotta put it together all the time. You gotta be like behind. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Let's come together and make a picture.
Family
Giggity. Oh my God. That's
so funny as something. But Martin of Mad chose the wild card answer.
What's the wild card answer?
So, what kind of tattoos would he have that might fit? It's this. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yes.
A full back piece featuring a naked Larry Flint on a sofa being fed grapes by his mother, wrapped in a Confederate flag, in the bed of a monster truck, climbing a mountain of banjos with flames shooting out of the exhaust pipes, and a slightly singed Care Bear giving you the finger strapped to the grill.
No,
that's a big piece.
Yeah. Might take a few sittings.
So on what road did you actually see this guy on? That's a lot of detail.
He's wearing the wife beater, so it's covered up. You know what I'm saying? You're just assuming that this guy's got to have this.
Well, he's probably...
based on what you know of him.
He's probably got some stuff hanging out the edges.
Yeah.
You know?
Some of it might be visible.
Going up to the back of his neck.
Yeah.
This type of guy's definitely got a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
You know, no regrets. Spelt wrong.
Spike web or something.
Right.
But yeah, I just want to read that again because it took me a long time to write it. A full back piece featuring a naked Larry Flint on a sofa being fed grapes by his mother, wrapped in a Confederate flag, in the bed of a monster truck, climbing a mountain of banjos with flames shooting out of the exhaust pipes, and a slightly singed Care Bear giving you the finger strapped to the grill.
What movie did you watch last night before you went to bed?
I don't think I watched a movie.
I reckon he saw. I reckon this actually happened, and he
saw him.
Yeah, you're my material.
And you know, of course, when he hits the horn, you know that.
Oh yeah, straight up, straight up.
So the bonus question is, what would be a clever taint tattoo?
There is no such thing.
A clever taint tattoo. Are you familiar over there with the term taint?
No.
Okay, so
that would be the skin bridge.
Okay.
The meat between the balls and the bunghole.
Ah, right. The gooch strip.
Oh, okay.
The gooch strip.
I haven't heard that one, but I like that one. See, we're exchanging.
You got the banjo because you got the banjo string, haven't you? That connects the two together.
What is wrong?
Oh, see this now. We thought we both spoke English, but we don't. That's all new to me, man. You guys got weird pie. You got weird names for the taint. But anyway.
Oh, jeez.
What would a clever taint or banjo string tattoo be? A, neither here nor there. That's what it would say. Neither here nor there. B, the Air Jordan symbol, looking like he's shooting one of your balls into your basket.
That is
Just do it.
Are you?
Just do it. Yeah, that's great. Thanks for adding that. We're going to accept that. You added just do it. Or C, if you can read this, the hair hasn't grown back yet.
I'm going with C.
You go with C, if you can read this, the hair hasn't grown back yet. What sayeth you on the banjo string? You getting tattooed? What is it there, Sir Martin the Mad?
Just just do it. The Nike strip, the Nike tick,
the Air Jordan symbol, looking like he's shooting one of your balls into your basket, and it says "Just do it." Awesome,
unfreaking believable.
That is great. And how can it get even better? Lightning strikes. Get all that. Lightning strikes. What do heroin addicts like? Why do heroin addicts like getting tattoos? They have a lot to say, but no one wants to listen to them. Or they don't have to control the needle and find a vein.
They don't have to. They don't control the needle to find the vein.
Sure.
The answer is both of those are great answers. Yes. Did Otis from Superman have a pretty mouth, or did he squeal like a pig?
Squealed like a pig, didn't he? I don't know.
Sir Martin?
I can't remember.
Did Otis?
Luther made him squeal like a pig.
Yeah, one of us is going to be right, so I'll go putty mouth.
Sir Martin, Matt? Yes, Otis from Superman had to squeal like a pig. Whee! Whee!
Yeah, Luther. Oh, God. See, now you're going to make me go watch Superman.
Yeah, he was Otis. Otisburg. It's a little place. Otisburg. He was
Otis. Deliverance.
Banjos, man. They're all over the place in today's Just a Few Questions. It is said that you get your wife, your truck, and your job back when you play a country song backwards. What do you get from your Facebook friends if you play it forwards? Whoever gets it right first. Did you say blocked?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, blocked.
I'm going to give it to you because the answer is unfriended. Unfriended. Very good. At the beginning of the movie The Jerk, a family is playing music on the porch of their small country house. Steve Martin's character, Nathan, is using 2 items as an instrument. What are those 2 items?
Spoons.
Close.
Were they forks?
It's 2 separate items.
So,
Sir Martin and Matt, did you see The Jerk?
Fork and a knife then? Silverware?
No. Well, I probably did, but many, many years ago.
Well, I'm going to give it to you because you said spoon. And he did use a spoon.
Oh, he was hitting is he hitting like a pot? Like
a little metal cup.
Yeah.
A little metal cup. Yeah. Even you see him, he jumps out the last little bit of whatever's in there, and then he starts way off time.
Way off time. And then he's stomping his foot. And he just...
But see, we made the connection there with the spoon.
Yeah.
See?
Gotcha. Good job out of you.
Wow, we're almost out of time. Finish this real post from Facebook. The roads in Detroit are garbage. I just hit a pothole and an entire blank popped out of my bra.
Boob.
The correct answer was titty, but I take synonyms. Yep, and cinnamon flavored titties.
My titty fell out.
It's a real post. True or false? Most road repairs are like using Band-Aids where stitches are needed.
Oh, it's 100% true.
100% true.
It's like putting stitches on something that needs to be amputated.
That's right.
My favorite
we
line.
have that problem. We have that problem over here too.
You do?
What would be worse? No. What would be a worse country artist name for a band of city road repair workers? Asphalt Ballet or Cletus and the Hot Hole Fillers?
Will be the worst?
Yeah.
Oh, the ballet one.
I would concur. Because Asphalt Ballet is actually a rock band. They're a pretty good band.
Are they really?
Yeah. Let's check them out. They're from the 90s. Yes, I'll have some moonshine, or no thanks. You have heard this song before, and it leads to mullets, blindness, and sister love.
Yes, exactly.
Second.
It's sister love. Racing through here to try to finish up. What was the first country music artist that Alien Stone admitted to liking? Little Texas or Garth Brooks?
I'm going with Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks, because he was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live, and that's the first time I heard a country song that I didn't go. And finally, finish these country terms. Hill blank.
Hillside?
Billy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hill Billy. Oh, I think you were going to say it too, Martin.
Yeah.
Red blank.
Neck.
Yes, very good. Pick up. Very good, very good. Honky.
Tonk.
Wrong. Honky is a racist term.
Shenanigans. Call it shenanigans.
You tricked me, dude. That was total BS right there.
Yep. And that has been just a few questions.